An emotional day in our state capitol leads to police removing protesters.
It comes as lawmakers overturn the governor's veto of Senate Bill 150. The bill includes a ban on gender-affirming care for transgender youth. This afternoon, both the Senate and the House voted to override Governor Andy Beshear's veto of the bill. During the House discussion, troopers removed several protesters from the gallery. State police now confirm 19 people have been taken to jail.
We have team coverage of today's events in Frankfort.
Our Bodie Brooks and Danielle Miskell standing by on what lawmakers decided and how the public is responding. We'll begin with Bodie.
Yeah, that's right, guys. When Governor Andy Beshear vetoed this bill, we knew from the beginning that lawmakers had both the time and the numbers to overturn it if they wanted to. And now that that's all said and done, Senate Bill 150 is now Kentucky law, effective immediately.
I move the final passage of Senate Bill 150, the veto of the governor notwithstanding.
Speaking over the shouts and cries of protesters just outside, lawmakers on both sides made their final case to push or stop Senate Bill 150.
The goal is to strengthen parental engagement and communication in children's education while protecting the safety of our children.
We are trying to erase them. They exist. They deserve to exist.
The sweeping law blocks minors from receiving gender transition health care, grows parents' rights in schools and areas like sex ed, protects teachers who do not use a student's chosen pronoun, and mandates new bathroom rules to separate transgender students.
I vote aye because I believe that gender reassignment is at best an experiment, and this bill holds medical service providers responsible for damages that their experiments cause.
Some supporters don't think the science is there to back transitioning and argue it's a growing business preying on young people not ready to make what could be a permanent decision. Senator Danny Carroll was the only Republican to vote against the bill.
I've heard comments about puberty blockers. Well, they are dangerous and they do leave lasting effects. How many medications do we deal with commonly that have side effects? There's controversy about whether or not they're safe or not safe. Isn't that for a family and for doctors to make those decisions?
Carroll said he doesn't believe this issue is going away anytime soon and that his Republican colleagues are eventually going to have to come back to the table. Democrats expect that the ACLU and other state medical organizations are going to be filing lawsuits to try and stop the enforcement of this bill, which, as of today, is Kentucky law. The debate drew several passionate demonstrations from the House gallery and throughout the Capitol grounds. For more on that part of the story, we go now to our Danielle Miskell. Danny.
Yes, things escalated very quickly up in the House chambers. Just a couple hours ago, we saw protesters being arrested and taken away for trespassing, and they were shouting up in the gallery during the override of Senate Bill 150. Here's video from inside the House chambers, and you can hear how loud the protesters were. I saw some lawmakers even pointing up to the deck, acknowledging their outrage. I spoke with the ACLU executive director. She says she saw at least 7 or 8 protesters being put in plastic handcuffs by troopers and being read their rights.
I worked at the ACLU for 10 years and have been at the Capitol. I've never witnessed anyone being arrested. There have been outbursts in the gallery before and people have been removed or asked to leave, but I've not ever seen people taken out of the gallery in handcuffs.
Honestly, I couldn't be prouder. Nobody likes for us to have to be arrested, but unfortunately, that's the position that the General Assembly has put regular working class Kentuckians who are fed up with this agenda of frankly, killing transgender children.
There were also people who were in support of Senate Bill 150 outside the House chambers during the arrest who declined to speak with me. And just to reiterate what you guys said earlier, we have confirmed with KSP that there were 19 protesters arrested. They will be charged with trespassing and they will be released. Live at the Capitol, I'm Danielle Miskell, Fox 56 News.